Not all journalism or journalists are bad. There's absolutely great journalists, great journalism, and great publications. Today I want to talk about the shitty ones, the ones that really suck fuck. There's this trend among journalists in certain industries, especially the video game industry, to be the first one with a story. It doesn't matter if the story's accurate or not, just being the first is all it's about. And it's in this quest to be first that you get some of the dumbest fucking articles you'll ever read. I actually want to focus first on the one that's really made me want to talk about this. It's a film critic's review of the Witcher series on Netflix. Now, I haven't seen the Witcher series, it might be fucking terrible for all I know. But they wrote this article about it, and in this article, and you can't even call it a fucking article, this is like listening to two high schoolers in their locker room shitting on something for the sake of shitting on it. It seemed like they went into this ready to just totally write it off. In this article, they admit to watching the first two episodes and then skipping to the final one, and then they give it a 0. Do you not realize how dumb that makes you look? I don't understand how journalists can get away with this kind of thing. If you go into work and you just skip half the shit you're expected to do, and this is their work, and they skipped half of their fucking work, you get reprimanded by your boss. But in this desire to be first, they probably got complimented for having a Witcher review so quickly, because they skipped the majority of the fucking show and then give it a 0, which is great too, because then it generates outrage, which a lot of these publications thrive off of. But this isn't the kind of behavior that would be rewarded anywhere else but in journalism. It's just baffling to me. If you go to school and you don't do half your work, you get fucked in the ass. And what's even more embarrassingly pathetic is Darren here's entire job is watching television shows and movies, and he can't even do that. Your entire living comes from watching content that most people watch for fun. You're a loser, Darren. You are super lucky you fell into this position, because you would not survive another profession if you can't even fucking watch television shows successfully. Do you not see how sad that is? And what's the worst part, though, is that his review gets taken seriously. His zero on this is actually taken into account on the movie's ratings, when it shouldn't be, when he didn't even watch the goddamn thing. From the sound of it, Darren just sat through the first two episodes, gritting his teeth, pumping his fists, saying, God, I fucking hate this. I'd rather be on Twitter arguing. Damn it. Fuck it. I'm just gonna write a quick article and give it a 0. I'm done with this. That's the kind of behavior in the work environment that would get your ass fired, and should, because you're literally not doing your job. It's sad. But journalism is the only field where it's rewarded, because everyone wants to be first to have something, and it's even better if you can be first with outrage. Which is why you'll notice a lot of modern articles are about 100 words, maybe 2 paragraphs, and then a single tweet holding it all together, as if that tweet is their ace in the hole, their ultimate weapon. Oh, you didn't believe these 2 paragraphs? Bang! Check out this tweet from X Jeff X Shadow Slayer. Now it's clearly proven. And what's even more insulting and embarrassing is sometimes they'll cherry pick tweets that have absolutely no traction whatsoever and make it seem like it's a huge deal and representative of a ton of people's attitudes. Here's a quick example I could think of off the top of my head. This was one tweet that was posted that had 9 likes, and it's about mansplaining in a children's book. This tweet had 9 likes and 0 retweets. I don't even know how you'd fucking find this. I don't even think Google knew this tweet existed, and yet somehow some journalist somewhere found it, and then it got picked up by a ton of publications as if this was some big controversy that was going on. The articles make it sound like it's some type of plague that's sweeping through, like, Jesus Christ, lock your doors, mansplaining's coming to town, and it's in our children's books, using them as a Trojan horse to infiltrate our homes and burn down our churches, steal our children away from us, kick and spit on our dogs. Holy shit, it's the end. But really, there was only ever one tweet about it, and I'm pretty sure this tweet is a joke, because it's not even mansplaining by any definition. The little girl in the book asks the guy a question, and the guy just answers her question. That's all, and then it ends. But again, I don't even know how you find a tweet as obscure as this. Not even God knew of this tweet's existence. But these journalists live in Twitter, in the cyberspace of Twitter, and constantly cherry pick things like this to write a whole article of outrage about, so people will go click on their shit and read maybe 4 sentences about some fucking bullshit tweet that I'm pretty sure was posted for laughs, but then picked up as an actual thing. It's silly. These kind of articles are the direct result of this death race all journalists think that they're locked in, where they need to be first to any story whatsoever, or else they're gonna have the goddamn Illuminati assassins take them out. So they're constantly making these lazy, uninspired, bad articles just to get something out there and hopefully have something pick up traction, which is why they always clickbait their outrage. They try and make outrage as often as possible because that's the most lucrative thing for journalists. Being truthful isn't that profitable. Not many people are clicking on things to actually learn things. They're clicking on things to get mad. You don't have to look further than Twitter. People literally go on Twitter to fight. They go there to just get mad at things. They'll type in things that make them mad. Fuck, I hate this. Let's look up more. Fuck, I hate it even more. Fuck, I really hate this. Leaving it 50 likes. And then engaging with it. Journalists love that. They jerk off to that. They wet dream about that. That's why most of the articles are super clickbaity, negative, outraged things that you've probably never even thought of. And that's really not good. Now, that's not all journalists, obviously. I'm not speaking in absolutes. Only Siths deal in absolutes. I'm just saying this is a very popular trend. Being open about calling yourself a journalist, I think, is actually pretty brave, because it's got to be extremely embarrassing to call yourself a journalist in this day and age, even if you're a good one. And there's plenty of great journalists out there, even to this day. But I mean, goddamn, that whole entire profession has been distorted and fucking polluted, and now it's like admitting you're a diaper fetishist or something. It's just kind of gross and yucky. Like, if someone tells me they're a journalist, I immediately think they're no fun to be around. And that's just kind of the attitude most people have towards them, and it's because of things like cherry picking these tweets and making up outrage about it, having these lazy articles that are so short and all revolve around a tweet. It's pathetic. Even more embarrassing is their shamelessness to get a story wrong just for the sake of getting it first. They made an entire article in the International Business Times about the PS5's leaked design based entirely on this man's joke tweet. This guy was making a joke about the design of PlayStation 5 being a fridge, because the Xbox Series X was a fridge, so he just cropped the same thing, made a meme out of it, and the International Business Times, which is supposed to be a reputable news source, ran it as if it was the actual leaked design. They did admittedly say they can't confirm it for sure, but they kept saying that this is a very reliable source. But again, if you can't even confirm the story you're running, why the fuck are you running the story? You just want to be first. These people can't even recognize basic jokes either. He could have put a picture of a fucking decapitated head there and said it was the PS5 leaked design, and they probably would have ran with it just because they were salivating, literally on the verge of ejaculating at the thought that they might be the first to break the PS5 leaked design. So they don't bother to do any type of work whatsoever. They let the tweets do the work and they make shit up around it. It's really pathetic stuff, which is why a lot of journalism is considered a joke by most people. Again, I want to reemphasize, I don't hate journalism. I think there's a lot of publications and journalists that are doing great things and actually trying to improve and make things better and bring actual great articles out. But there's a very popular trend that's making most people very skeptical of journalists and making them kind of feel icky towards them. When people hear journalism, they immediately think to the people that write articles like, oh, Blue's Clues, and it's mansplaining epidemic. It's teaching kids about mansplaining, and it's villainizing, it's turning soy into a villain. I don't know, it's just very dumb shit. That's what is making people not respect journalists. And it's not their fault for not respecting him. It's the fault of these publications that are so putting such importance on being first that they lead to these horrible articles. And they care about these ephemeral gains through clickbait articles. They don't care about actually delivering good content and getting people to keep coming back to learn things or see what's going on truthfully. They just want people to click on it one time to get mad and never come back. They're happy with something like that when they shouldn't be. And I just wanted to talk about it because the Witcher review thing really just kind of set it all in motion, and it just made me want to talk about just how embarrassing a lot of it is. That's about it. See ya.